You are about to get on Fortnite, but your mom tells you that you only have half an hour to play. You got absolutely mind-boggled on that. You ask yourself, what the frick is in half hour? If you got mind-boggled on that, then you're not alone, as I encountered that problem as well. In today's video, I'm going to yap about how to understand the monstrosity of this statement and how to overcome more situations about fraction in time. First up, how do we even get a half hour and a quarter hour? If you get into a situation where you must convert minutes into a fraction of an hour, just grab your trusty calculator and divide the numbers of minutes by 60. Then you can finally figure out how much of those minutes occupy your hour.
Wow.
But wait, I don't have a physical calculator. What do I even do? Did you know that the phone you use to waste on time has a calculator? What if you don't have a phone, then I guess you're still in the Stone Age. However, if you're in an environment where phones are unfortunately banned, like in school, then you can literally just put your minutes in the numerator, then put 60 in the denominator, and you can get your fraction of an hour. You can simplify it if needed. If you still want to convert your half hour to minutes, then fear not. Just multiply the fraction, which is in case 1/2, by 60. There, now you've translated your mother's half hours to minutes, which I hope you will understand better. If you don't, then a minute is 60 seconds. With that in mind, you can finally understand what a half hour is. Woohoo! According to my screen time, YouTube takes up 3 hours of my day. Oh no! This is literally 1/8 of my day. These hours can be used to do much more productive stuff. Back on topic, how do you find the fraction of your day used up by mindless activities? To find that out, take the hours you spent on mindless activities and divide it by 24. I hope it's not 1/2. This is just one example of dividing by the available time you have, by the thing you have done. You can even use the formula in reverse. For example, if I'm an adult and I have 7 hours on my workday, and there's a meeting that takes up 1/4 of my workday, how do I figure out how much time is left? You can just multiply 7 by 1/4, and boom, the meeting takes up 1 3/4 hours. Remember I told you can convert 3/4 hours into minutes. To sum up, in order to find how much of an activity takes in your available time, just put the time taken by the activity over your available time. You are stuck in a car for 5 grueling hours. The trip is total 10 hours. You just want to find out how much of the trip time you spent in a fraction. You can figure out the fraction of a video or a trip you have accomplished using this method. Simply put the time you spent with the time you need to spend. So basically, in this situation, just put the trip time you have spent over the total trip time, and you can figure out the fraction of your trip time you have spent. In this situation, you went one half the total trip time, meaning you have to spend 5 more of your grueling hours. No! Let's try another example. A movie is 2 hours long. You've been watching it for 56 minutes. What fraction of the movie have you seen? First, let's convert 2 hours to minutes. 2 times 60 is 120 minutes. 56 divided by 120 is 7/15. So, you've watched 7/15 of the movie. To sum up, to convert minutes to a fraction of an hour, divide the number of minutes by 60. To find the fraction of a day spent on an activity, divide the time spent by the total time available. To find the fraction of a task completed, divide the time by the total time required. There, now you can finally understand time with fraction, and I see you in the next video, if there is one.